This planet is threatened with destruction, and we who live in it with death. The heavens reek, the waters below are foul, children die in infancy, and we and the world, which is our home, live on the brink of nuclear annihilation. We are in a crisis of survival.
This is a CBS News special, Earth Day, a question of survival.
When worlds collide. Written in the stars is a message of doom for this, our world. And now in the most shattering experience the screen has ever given you, Paramount tells what could happen within your lifetime when worlds collide.
When the industrial age began, pollution started to increase throughout the world. Up until the 1960s, Americans would use planet Earth without care. Pollution was always accepted as the norm for the day, and it never really passed anyone's mind as something that was necessarily bad. However, the conversation began to rise in 1962, as Rachel Carson published Silent Spring in order to raise awareness about the dangers that might be occurring. Gradually, people started to realize that their lives and the generations to come were in danger. A man named Gaylord Nelson was a junior senator from Wisconsin. He was one of the people during that time that was already aware of the major amounts of pollution that occurred every day. Amongst all of this conversation, something set Nelson off to do something about this issue. In Santa Barbara, 1969, Nelson and many others witnessed a massive oil spill. This only motivated Nelson to do something about the pollution issue that is affecting the world. Nelson looks towards the anti-war movement that was happening in response to the Vietnam War, and looks at how that energy could be used in the anti-pollution movement. He soon realizes that the key to starting a movement are the kids. Nelson and Pete McCloskey got together to organize a campus teach-in about Earth and how people of Earth are destroying it on April 22nd, 1970. As the plan is being built, Nelson only realizes that his movement can only go up and gain a bigger audience. Both Nelson and McCloskey wanted to incorporate Earth Day as a day to go into streets, parks, campuses, and auditoriums to protest the industrial work that has harmed the human race and Earth greatly. On April 22, 1970, 10% of the population of the world participated in Earth Day. It was something that people had never seen before. Democrats and Republicans, rich and the poor, all separated groups came together to unite in this movement. This day eventually led to laws of the National Environment Education Act, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, Endangered Species Act, and the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act.
The remarkable interest on the campuses and off the campuses on an issue which is not only just an issue of survival, but an issue of how we survive. I don't think there's any other issue viewed in its broadest sense, which is as critical to mankind as the issue of the quality of the environment in which we live.
As the years progressed, Earth Day only got bigger. In the beginning of the 1990s, Earth Day reached a global scale of 200 million people in 141 countries. Concepts like recycling were becoming the norm instead of accepting pollution and garbage. Gaylord Nelson received recognition for being the founder of Earth Day and was awarded a Presidential Medal of Freedom from Bill Clinton. At the start of the 21st century, Earth Day started focusing on the issues such as global warming and worked to build organizations across the world, helping the areas that needed it the most.
Shout out Young Swisher.
Gradually, during the 21st century, people started to become more separated on the idea of climate change and global warming. Many protesters and deniers did not believe that either of those things existed. However, this backfires on the deniers, as the conversation only makes Earth Day more popular, boosting the popularity for the holiday and prevailed the Earth Day network. The Earth Day Network brings in many groups of people to participate in volunteering and helping out with the issues that face us when it comes to the environment. Now, more than 1 billion people participate in Earth Day each year. Climate change has just become more apparent, as each year keeps topping the last for being the hottest ever recorded. People around the world want to see huge change in the government in order to save the world. People like you and me need to take action. As we look at the current state of Earth and its health, history is only repeating itself, as the same issues that were once present before the first Earth Day are now becoming true once again. New generations of younger people are speaking out about the issue, hoping to be heard by government officials. The digital age of media can be manipulated to shine a light on this issue so that people can finally realize how their health and future lives are being affected by this. Earth Day is only becoming stronger through the Earth Day Network, being incorporated by schools, by faculties, and by social media and celebrities. It is now 50 years since the first Earth Day, and we are only working harder to make Earth a better place to live, breathe, and exist in.
I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, people are dying, entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?